to BOCI, almost said talk radio, BOCI TV. We are so excited to be with you today. Sherri Henley with you, along with our very special guest, Kimble Bosworth, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, everybody, Music City. We are based out of Memphis, Tennessee, for those of you who are watching virtually, and we encourage you to tweet to @BOCoffee, and also tweet to, right up here it tells us, @Printelligence and @Nashville Nawbo. Now we're going to break that down and let everyone know exactly what that means. So you drove from Nashville to Memphis, Tennessee last evening.
For you.
Oh, just for me. Okay, wonderful. And for these wonderful muffins.
The gluten-free cinnamon spice muffin doesn't hurt.
Yes, exactly. And these are from Lily's Gourmet Bakery, who has sponsored us today. So everyone in the studio is going to get to eat these, and you can ask for a virtual muffin if you would like. So,
Not the same.
Kimble Bosworth, you have created a name for yourself, even outside of Nashville. But first, my connection with you came through Nashville Nawbo. And I'm heavily involved here in Memphis with Nawbo, and so that's how the connection was made. Then Business Over Coffee International had the opportunity to collaborate with you and come in and sponsor your Nawbo Business University, and I absolutely love the name of what you did and the content of what you did. So tell us about Nawbo Business University.
Nawbo Business University is 3 meetings that are an intensive study on building your business. The first of these meetings took place in October, and it was goal setting using Eastern medicine as a guide. The
I was
5
there.
elements of Eastern medicine.
Yes.
Fascinating conversation with Sharon Cox
Yes.
of Cox Communications, and y'all were the sponsor of the entire business university. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
We were the
for
premier
that.
sponsor, everyone, all the way in Nashville.
The second of those sessions is our ever most popular session that we do every year, our online media panel.
Yes.
And we had your guest from yesterday on the radio, Andrea
Andrea
Farr.
Farr,
and
Nashville Geek.
Yes.
I love the name of that business. It's great.
And we had Kamara Randolph of Cross Channel Market, and we had Jackie Hayes of Crayons and Marketers, and they were not moderated by Christopher Desi, who is a national speaker and social media expert with Silverback Social.
He also is involved with Fox News and
Yes.
contributing at times.
Yes, and other news networks as well. He works on CNBC as well.
Outstanding. So what was the takeaway from the Nashville Business University?
The takeaway was setting goals and executing them for 2014. So we started out with goal setting. We then went into making sure that you have a presence as a brand, and we wrapped up with a panel with a federal, state, and local procurement
Yes.
expert teaching us how to leverage our women-owned businesses throughout a national network of procurement.
What did you learn through that particular event, the procurement? I'm sorry. Had trouble getting that word out there.
It's not as hard to do as you might think.
Uh-huh.
If you're already doing your taxes at the end of the year, it's a good time to do it. And the real takeaway is connect with the experts in those agencies who are there to help you get that business. And the takeaway for me as a company, and one of the reasons it was so important for me to do this, was a almost $20,000 contract that someone came to me with.
Outstanding.
So there's real money behind those women-owned business opportunities, and it's
And that's a
worth
part
pursuing.
of what the National Association of Women Business Owners does, is bringing those contracts to you to where you can go after them. You recently were appointed as the president of Nawbo, I believe at the beginning of the year. Tell us how that experience has evolved for you.
It's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun, and it's really about helping women, and that is a passion of mine. So it has been fun for me to connect these women with new collaborative partners. We've really worked on corporate partnerships and resources and making those resources available to women, and also teaming up with our local strong women business networking groups. For example, the Nashville Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has a group called Latinas in Action that we will be celebrating the relationship with this
I
year.
love that. So you are not afraid of collaboration. I mean,
Not
we
at all.
just came out with this book, The Power of Collaboration. Shelley Bowers in it and many other writers. And you and I have experienced that power together. So tell us how you differentiate between competition and collaboration and embracing those that could be considered a competitor.
I don't actually believe in competition. I believe in co-opetition.
Oh, I like it.
That's a word that I've used for a long, long time.
I like that.
We actually, my business drinks our own Kool-Aid, so to speak. When we started our business, there were a ton of people doing what we did. There are also a ton of people who are graphic designers and who meet a brand before pro forma meets the brand. We didn't have the money to hire a sales force. So we went to, now we can do graphic design, we can do web design. So that's a part of what we do. But we went to these people in our local community who already did it and already had established brands, and we said, we'll pay you a commission for your customers to come to us to stick that brand on anything that doesn't breathe.
So you believe in growing out instead of
Exactly.
growing up.
So
and
we pulled them in with us.
Yes.
And they became a part of our business, and we've all grown together.
I love that. Now, for the listeners and for the studio audience, pro forma, let's talk about that. You just reached into that subject and segued into it and mentioned about print and all the things that you do outside of Nashville Nawbo. So take us on that journey. How long have you been in business and what drives you to do what you do?
I started this business with my husband in 2008. We figured the bottom had fallen out of the economy. What better way to go than up? There was no further down to go. We started our business with just a dream of running an operation more leanly and passing that savings on to our customer. We used, for our first 2 years, we used social media exclusively to develop our customer base. We did a 13-step approach to getting customers through Twitter without selling to them. We have since taught that to other people, so we kind of live what we work.
Yes.
And we're brand babysitters, basically. The brand's already built by the time it gets to us. We take it when it's an infant, we wrangle it a little bit, teach it where to go. When it's an ornery teenager, we rein it back in, make sure it's growing up to be a responsible adult, and then as it ages, we make sure it's still relevant. We do this by putting a brand on anything that doesn't breathe.
I like that. In fact, one of your cards, someone had one of your cards a moment ago. I would like to have one if you'll pass it up this way because I want to show it. It's very creative and it's interesting, okay? So for the virtual audience and the studio audience, you see this? You may have to do this because I don't know how.
Here you go.
It's
This
like a
shows you
Rubik's
who we
Cube.
are. This shows you what we do. We figure we do this for a living. We work with a lot of very visual people. We should give them pictures.
Wow.
Eventually, you just think we do so much and we're so cool, you're going to call us to do it for you.
I
want one of those.
Yes. Isn't this
Oh,
amazing?
my goodness.
And how do people actually order this from you? We need to let people know because I'm sure there's people in the virtual world that would like to have one of these.
We
Very
have,
good.
we have a
Amazing.
template. We run them once a month. We run over 1 million of these a month so we can keep the costs down. You do have to wait a month for it, but we help you work through the template and figure out how to connect it all together, and then we sell them to you.
Yes, I love it. Now, you have, as a personality, you have a very creative side. And you've shared some of your ideas and so forth. So tell us how you actually take that and you weave it into your professional personality because you're a lot of fun. And so sometimes people don't take me seriously when I'm joking around or maybe don't take you seriously. But then you have that business side and they're like, oh wait, do we have Jekyll and Hyde here, right? So how do you make that distinction?
Well, the business side is the results. The results will speak for themselves. You kind of get what you get with me. So you're stuck with the quirky Kimble, and the benefit is the results. That's the way I look at it. I am just honest in everything that I do. I am very creative. Our company gives away our ideas for free. All we ask is when you're sticking it on something, pay us for that.
There you go. So What differentiates you between another print company, another branding company?
It is the ideas. It is the fact that we collaborate with ad agencies are a huge part of our organization. We have several that we partner with. We protect the brands for them. We wrangle the brands back to them. We continually bring them business back because that brand is trying to go rogue. We help make sure it grows up to be a responsible adult.
I love that. I love that.
We also are about the ideas. You do not come to me if you want 500 pens. You do not come to me if you want to sell to your customer the way you want to sell. We make you have your customers buy from you the way they want to buy. That's the difference.
So, for instance, Sean, Carol, Sandy was talking about value. And so you are able to bring the value to the table for the client so that they can sell to their clients.
Absolutely.
And so it's a win-win-win all the way around. It's such a pleasure to have you here today. And as a wrap-up, we're going to have two questions for you. One is, what would your tip be for a business owner out there that needs some type of promotional materials? Where should their focus be in 2014?
They need to figure out who their ideal customer is and what would make their brand relevant to that customer. They need to put the thing in that customer's hand that has value to the customer.
Outstanding. And then with NAWBO in Nashville or around the world, if someone's watching, National Association of Women Business Owners. For those who are watching and those in here, we have, of course, NAWBO Memphis, and then we have Nashville Nawbo that's represented here. Why would a woman or a man want to join NAWBO, and why should they join?
NAWBO, our NAWBO, is a safe place for women business owners and their business resources to grow their business with their peers. It's real, it's honest, it sometimes tears your business apart to build it better, but it is a safe place to do that.
Outstanding. How many of you like a safe place?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do too. Kimble Bosworth, you've been a great guest. Thank you so much for joining us here on the set at Business Over Coffee International, BOCI TV. Before we go, I would like to recognize our sponsors today, and the sponsors are Sherri Henley Patty Cake Bakery, along with Gina Davis Custom Growth Group. She is our follow-up expert and can be yours. Susan David Digital Oatmeal, as well as Samantha Green right here. In fact, I need to go ahead and peel this thing. This is gluten-free, everybody, and everyone in the room is getting ready to have a sample. How about that?
All right.
Okay, and Samantha Green is Lily's Gourmet Bakery. Mike Esposito of Pinpoint Visibility, along with Delmar Johnson of delmarjohnson.com, and one that did not get up here, and I see her in the audience right now, is Melinda Reed with PlexiSlim, everybody. I have lost so much. I've lost about how many sizes? 4 or 5 sizes.
Wow.
Through Melinda Green sponsoring BOCI TV with the pink drink, as I call it. So we need to make sure she gets up here. Also, Nashville Nawbo, everybody, sponsors all of our events this year. Every event we have, we mention you, as well as women partners out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, to connect with Kimble Bosworth, you can email her at Kimble, that's Kimble .Bosworth, BOSWORTH, at proforma, just like it sounds, .com, and tweet to @Printelligence. You can also call her at 615-715-0545. We will see you next time. Continue bringing everyone together, and God bless you.